In an astonishing turn, George Soros and Charles Koch team up to end U.S.'s forever war policy. Soros and Koch. Besides being billionaires and spending much of their fortunes to promote pet causes, that's one way to put it, according to this article, the leftist financier George Soros and the right-wing Koch brothers have little in common. They could be seen as polar opposites, blah, 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 blah. But they have something that they agree on. The United States must end its forever war and adopt an entirely new foreign policy. In one of the most remarkable partnerships in modern American political history, Soros and Charles Koch, the more active of the two brothers, are joining to finance a new foreign policy think tank in Washington. It will promote an approach to the world based on diplomacy and restraint rather than threats, sanctions, and bombing. That's an unlikely duo. That is certainly an unlikely duo. Soros and Koch, and the Koch brothers doing anything positive is a very unlikely thing as well. The Koch brothers are usually funding think tanks to try to dismantle any type of progressive policy. They're usually funding think tanks to try to dismantle any type of transportation that would help the people. You know, I used to live in Nashville, Tennessee. There was an opportunity for Nashville because their population was growing, significantly growing. There was an opportunity for Nashville to get this program called the AMP, which would have solved a lot of their transportation issues and giving them a really good public transportation situation. They denied the AMP largely because of a propaganda campaign funded by the Koch brothers. Why did the Koch brothers bother to fund a campaign in Nashville, Tennessee against a transportation solution for the city? Because oil and gas money, they do that all across the country. That's what the Koch brothers do. So is it good that maybe some of the corporate left and right are uniting on opposing war? Certainly. And I think looking at it from the broader picture, that is some commonalities that some people on the left and right do have. Progressives and libertarians, for instance. And there have been tons of discussions about this. But progressives and libertarians, that's one thing that we have in common. We want to end the wars. Something that progressives and that's why, you know, Ralph Nader and Ron Paul have had discussions about this. And it's kind of like the question remains, well, where else do we have some commonalities? That's a pretty big commonality to have, wanting to end the wars. So, you know, getting it back to this particular, for instance, of the Koch brothers and Soros, you know, when these billionaire players are involved, my advice is proceed with caution. Okay, it's cool that this think tank has a cool mission statement. We're committed to diplomacy and ending the wars and not seeking out new wars, but proceed with caution because of the players involved. It could turn out that this think tank isn't what it says it is. Right now, it's in its infancy. We'll watch it unfold. So I would say, well, this could be something good, but let's proceed with caution.
Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and